We out here with any Logix, man? What's going on? Love of sugar. We're working out after the gym. We got cookies and protein shakes. So this man takes just black coffee, nothing fancy.
I'm nothing fancy today. For the love of sugar, more just for the love of caffeine.
Love of keeping you awake.
Today, yeah. But it's good coffee though. They got it.
Dude, I told you this stuff is like great. Like, yeah. It's only this is a 1-year anniversary, like very recently, but they got some great stuff out here.
Yeah, it's great.
I'm so happy with it, man.
It's a good vibe. They got some crazy lights in here.
Oh yeah, I think I've showed this place off so many times. Like I love it here. All right, so tell people what you do. Like you do a lot, right? Like you're not just a DJ.
DJ, producer, audio engineer, rapper.
In that order?
Just I don't know what order.
Oh, okay.
The order changes all the time, you know, whatever it is. But yeah, just been doing just music in general for a long time now, and just figure out whatever I can do to like stay active and like still pay my bills without getting a real job.
Cheers to that.
Yeah. So, it's great. I love DJing. I love...
What got you into it? Why'd you start? Like, when did you start is a better question.
I mean, DJing was a little bit later for me. I always was like on the other side of things and like, you know, I started off a long time ago when I was a kid, just like wanted to rap. And I was just like, I just want to rap and like, started making beats because I needed beats to rap to because I got.
Oh, that's creative. Okay, I like
yeah,
that.
I got tired of like going. I used to go to like, you know, Harmony House and other record shops and stuff and like. And just buy like all the rap singles with like this was before, you know, you couldn't like just download any instrumental, so you have to buy the singles with like the instrumental version on it and just like rap to those.
Well, so you've been doing this for a while.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Been in the game for a minute.
I went back to that, so then it's like, so doing that, and then I started making beats so I didn't have to do that anymore, and I have some stuff to rap to, and then that all kind of like ended up taking over, even taking more priority over the raps. Then from there it got me, you know, I had to figure out how to mix my own beats, and if I wanted to record my own raps, I had to figure out how to make those sound good, so that got me into audio engineering. And so from there, just doing that and working with a whole bunch of cats in the city over, you know, for a lot of years.
Yeah, for a minute.
And then DJing from there was just kind of more of a fun thing and something to like just keep the party going and stuff like that, and just collecting records. Like I've just always been digging for records to sample and just to listen to, so now dig for records to play them out and, you know, get some bodies moving and stuff like that.
What would you tell people who want to be like music producers, or what would you tell someone who wants to enter the music industry who has no experience? What's the first step you do?
Just do it. Just try it. But be humble and know that you gotta, you know, you gotta learn a lot. You gotta be patient. You know, patience is a big thing because. Like you have access to so many tools.
Yeah, now more than ever.
Yeah, with you know, audio programming being right at your fingertips, and you know, everybody's got a computer, and you can have an app on your phone to make beats and stuff like that. So there's so many ways to do the thing, you know. But you just gotta be patient and learn as much as you can. Seek out information, like to try to absorb as much as you can to develop your own style. Absorb it all in and then decipher it and do your own thing, you know. Don't imitate what's going on. Carve your own lane. But in order to do that, you gotta study your craft, you know. It's just like anything else. You gotta study, and you gotta be a student first.
When I started doing stand-up, I realized very quickly there was more that I didn't know than I did know. Like just
Yeah.
the more you do it, the more questions come out of it. I mean, you get better at it, don't get me wrong, but it's like there's levels to it. It's like when you just go to like open mics, right? It's like that's one thing. Then you get to MC shows. Then you learn like this, and then you get to do like spots and headline. Like every time you move up, there's bigger challenges, but it's more fulfilling. Like to me, it's like you tackled this big like task and you did it right. But there's no like like we said earlier, it's like there's no sense in like copying. Like if I just copy what other comedians doing like their persona on stage, it's like why would they watch a copy when they can just go to the real thing? There's no point. Like if I act like Kevin Hart, why would they watch me? They just go watch Kevin Hart.
Yeah, and then there's, I mean, but you're also always learning. There's never,
Always.
I've been, you know, doing music in the city of Detroit for a long time now, and
you in a good music town, by the way.
yeah, it's
You're
great.
in a great spot.
It's great, but there's always, you know, every time I think I might have something figured out, I realize that, you know, I don't have it figured out. I gotta, you know,
Really?
I gotta always stay learning and stay sharp and, you know, seek out new ways of doing things, new techniques, or just seeking out new music, studying, you know, all the time. So it's
What's your favorite song?
oh man,
I know that's a
my
tough one.
favorite song. Like,
That's tough even for me. I can only imagine for him. He
Yeah.
actually uses music every day.
yeah, like I favorite song, favorite bands, like or like
Alright, favorite hip hop song, we'll go genre wise. Make it a little easier.
I don't know, man. Like that changes. I got like probably like a top list. Like I love like you know, one of my favorite, like I got like favorite like groups maybe, or like vibes, like, you know, like hip hop. Always like been into like De La Soul, you know, Slum Village, a lot of my favorite stuff is stuff that's come from around here, you know what I mean? Like even growing up, like Motown, that's one of the reasons why I'm still here, I guess, you know. I can't in every aspect that I'm trying to go, I've always found inspiration here in Detroit. So I can't escape it, and that's the biggest.
You can't escape it?
You can't escape it. But yeah, man, like I'm so bad with like top 5 and like and favorite songs and whatever.
Bro, I'm bad with it. I can only imagine like you got
As
so
soon as
much
somebody
more.
puts me on the spot, I'm like, and then I just like, the next list comes down. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, I just tell them it's like, well, the most recent ones that I heard, because like, here, this is what's crazy to me, right? Like people listen to music every day. Like just think about that. They listen to music every single day.
It's true.
So I was like, if you can make something that someone wants to listen to just a little bit, like you've got a crazy audience. So that's, I just can't imagine, like who do you, like when you first started, who's your inspiration for like the first like song you ever produced?
When I first started, when I first started rapping, I wanted to like sound like Prodigy from Mobb Deep.
Where did that come from? Just
I don't know. I just thought his voice was dope.
oh, okay. No, I mean that's good. No reason.
His flow, and his like flow, and just like this kind of like I don't know. There was a certain like rawness to it, and that was like I would just kind of study his flow and cadence and stuff like that. And I mean, I didn't sound anything like him.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But that was like an inspiration. That was like somebody who, for one reason or another, it just like pulled me in. I was like, oh, like what is this? And like just all like that East Coast hip hop from there, you know, that was like. And then for beats, like of course, when I started out, I don't really know, you know, I wasn't as much studying like individual producers yet. I was like, but then as I got more into it, you know, I gravitated more to like DJ Premier, and then once I found out about like Jay Dilla, and then realized that like, yo, this cat is from, you know, Detroit.
Here, yeah, I was gonna say like from right here.
And listening to all the Slum Village stuff, like that was like, that really changed the game for me, and like then became obsessed with all the stuff he was doing and all the projects that he was on, and just trying to carry on some type of that legacy, or at least,
Do you think you have to be obsessed as an artist to make it ahead of other people? Like, this is not something you can do part-time and be successful at it.
I mean, I think, I mean, it's like, for me, it's not like, I'm obsessed with parts of music, and I'm obsessed with different, like, it changes, the little obsessions change from time to time, but
well, I mean,
yes, there's an obsessive behavior that comes with just being an artist, and I don't think it's really like about to be ahead of anybody else. It's just like kind of
just be better than you were yesterday.
Yeah, it's just kind of
That's the way I look at it.
It's just kind of like what happens to be an actual artist. I don't think you control, like, you're not like, okay, I want to be an artist, I have to obsess over these things. It's like, I obsess over these things, because and that's what makes me an artist, you know?
Got you.
That type of thing. So it's kind of like, that comes before. It's like a characteristic of making art in general. And
yeah, like, it's not just music. It could be like anything. Like, anything you want to be, like, anything creative with your mind. The way that, like,
whether you're doing, like comedy, like you're saying, or whether you're a painter, whether you're
like singing,
photographer,
dancing,
like whatever, like there's details in the work that you obsess over, whether you're conscious of it or not, You know what, like there's no one path to like success in any sort of art form. Like, there's no like route you follow to become a successful musician or a successful comedian. Like, everyone's different. You can follow parallels. It's like, okay, like everyone did this good, I did this well, I can do that. But it's not like I'm an engineer by day. So the logic I give to people is like this. Like, you can, if you want to become an engineer, everyone knows how to do it. You go to college, you get a degree in engineering, then you are guaranteed to be an engineer. There's no guarantee you will ever be good at comedy or be good at music. Like, you make that for yourself. That's what makes it so much harder and so much more fulfilling. Like, that's why I love comedy so much more. I was like, you have to be good at it. Like, you can't suck. Yeah. I guess it's also how you like measure the success, because you could be like,
yeah, exactly.
You can have a job as an engineer, but like the success is still relative. Like, is it successful just because you have a job and a paycheck?
That's a good point.
Maybe. Like,
it could be. Yeah.
Like if
for some people it is, then I mean, more power to you.
Yeah, and that's great. Like, if that's what you're doing, and that's like good.
For a lot of doctors, that's what it is. It was like, I just want to be one.
Yeah.
Like, dude, go for it. That's what you want to do.
That's your goal or whatever. And that's cool. But there's other, there's engineers that go on to change the face of engineering.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That where it goes, where it's beyond.
Steve Wozniak, who just made Apple.
So it's all exactly.
Most people don't know, like, Steve Jobs is not an engineer. He has no idea what to do behind a computer. Like, he's just the guy who's like, I want it to look like this. I want it to do this. Steve Wozniak was the one who actually programmed everything. Yeah. He knows what to do behind it. He's the engineer. Yeah. Steve Jobs is the business guy.
Yeah.
So I think
that's that's collaboration. That's,
I was gonna say, you can't do it alone.
Yeah.
There's no way. Like, it's just too big. Like, you need to be involved in a community, like a community of like music producers, like a community of like engineers, of comedians. Yeah. Like, wherever you are, you can't do it alone, because I think every time I meet someone like in comedy, I've realized that like they know something that you don't. Yeah. Like, everyone you meet will know something you don't. So just treat them like they have something intelligent to tell you. Like, I don't like it when I'm speaking to certain people who are like not better than me necessarily, because that's tough to determine. Like, someone who's more experienced in comedy, like, they'll treat me like I'm not at their level. So it's like, I'm not gonna give this guy as much respect about it.
Yeah.
But it's like, just because especially like any sort of like art form like music or comedy, just because you've been doing it for a long time doesn't mean you're good at it.
Yeah, exactly.
Just saying the truth, like that's how it works. Like some people have been doing comedy I've met for like 10 plus years, and I've gotten ahead of them. It just depends on like the risks you take, and like this, like, because if you only do what's comfortable with you, you're never gonna grow.
No.
It's just not gonna happen. Like you have to take risks. You have to do things that are probably not gonna work. Like I've had a lot of bad moments on stage. Like I've told a lot of jokes that are like, okay, that sucked. Let's move on.
Yeah, that's what you gotta do. That's what
You
it
have to
takes.
take risks.
That's what it takes to become better. I mean, there's the most famous comedians that you can think of.
They've bombed on stage
Still,
plenty of times.
and they still, like when they're trying out new material, they'll still go to the local
They have to,
comedy
yeah.
spot and test stuff out.
They don't just go to Netflix and be like, hey, I got new stuff. No, like everything is like
that's why they just
calculated,
don't
tried
let you-
out, edited, and then like.
They just don't let you have your phones in there. Like,
No, that's a like something
like
that's
this is a test. You know.
what I preach about that is like music and comedy are very different in that sense. Like when you go to a music concert, they say get your phones out. When you go to like a comedy stand-up event, they say put your phones away. Because for comedy, once you hear a joke, it's over. Like once you like, because for music, if you have like a brand new song that's like, it's like, oh, I like this song, you can put that thing on repeat and listen to it over and over and over again over the next couple days. It's still a good song.
Yeah.
If you hear a joke once and put it on repeat, it's not as funny.
No, some jokes are. There's
Some jokes are timeless, but it's not like.
people who can do it. But yeah, but no.
But good
it's-
luck with that.
Yeah, it's a different.
Like it's not the same.
It's a different game. But it's important to try that stuff out, and that's like.
You have to. Yeah. Have you ever had like bad moments as a DJ? Like you're telling people
all the time.
People
Every
come,
time. But I mean, there's always,
people come against you like play reggae music. You're like, what?
There's never a perfect set. I mean,
you'll find ways to improve everything. It's not like
Yeah.
it's bad every time. It's just like you'll find it's like, okay, I can do that better next time.
Yeah, and anybody who DJs or plays live, they always be like, oh, there's that. Like, even if somebody comes up after, it's like, oh, great set, you killed it, whatever. It'll be like, oh yeah, but there was that one thing, that I didn't mix this right, I didn't do this, whatever.
I do that all the time. Like in my head, I'll come like people. Yeah, same thing. People come up to me, it's like, yeah, man, you were really funny, great job. In my mind, I was like, oh, but I didn't say that right. But the audience doesn't know that. To them, they're like, oh, like what you did was great. But to me, I was like, yeah, but I missed that. Like you are your biggest critic.
Yeah, but it's never. I don't know. I just learned to like kind of embrace those imperfections and just know like, well, I'll do it again or do whatever, and as long as it's like, can't be, just learn from it, keep it moving.
Yeah.
That's part of the practice. Like a lot of the stuff that I've done with music has been just like trying it out, trying to do it and
see what works.
That's my first practice. You know what I mean? Like whether it's like beats or rapping or like DJing. Like some of my first DJ sets was like, okay, like I haven't really practiced this set. I don't know exactly how it's gonna go, but I'm gonna go out and just do it. And if I mess up, I'll mess up, and then I'll get better for the next one.
What's an example of you messing up? Like how would you? Because everyone knows when a comedian messes up, you mess up. Like everyone knows that.
Everybody knows if you mess up because it'll be like, you might mix something and it's all off. You don't blend it right, or.
Oh yeah, like if you're like reading the like audience wrong.
Yeah,
or something like that.
It's just like it's not coming in, it's not blending right, it's off beat.
Yeah, okay. Who's like
you might bring something in too late, and but
yeah,
it's all right. It's never the end of the world. So that's all. That's always like. If you mess up in a set or do something, it is not the end of the world. You're gonna have another one. You can do it again.
Yeah, what I've noticed is like, even especially with like stand-up, if you do like bad on stage, like it's not like the next time you go up there, people are gonna be like, oh, he's the guy that sucked. It's like, no one really like cares. Like they want you to do well. Like no one goes to like a club and sees like him DJing, like, man, I want this guy to do bad. No, everyone wants you to do well, so they can have a good day. Like if I'm on stage, they don't want me to fail. Like I don't want him to fail if I'm going to like one of your parties or something like that. I want you to play great music.
Yeah.
So like even if you fail, it's okay. Like people want you to do better.
Yeah, nobody wants to have a bad time. I mean, if you do, then like,
then what are you doing?
You should just probably stay at home.
Yeah, what are you doing outside?
Whatever, but yeah, and that's it, like my philosophy for whether it's a, you know, I'm playing a live show or whether I'm DJing something is like, I've been doing this long enough where I've probably already had my worst show that I'm ever gonna have. You know what I'm saying? Like I've already,
hey, that's a good way
I've already played actually, like, I've already played some bad shows, and like, and that's fine.
I've really
like,
had some
I'm
bad
cool
days.
with that. So it's like, so even like any bad show, it's like, I've been like, there's no more bad shows. You know,
yeah, like if you can
like,
get through that,
everything is like alert. Like you're not gonna throw anything more awkward than I've already been in. You know what I mean? Because that's like, that's the. So now, like, you know,
hey, bro, that's our time. I don't want to cut you off.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
it.
Okay. Word.
It passes by that fast, man. Yo, so thank you for coming out. Appreciate that.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me, bro.
Tell them what they can find you on Instagram really quick.
You can find me Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, everywhere. Eddie Logix, EDDIELOGIX.
It's all gonna be below too. It's all gonna be linked up. So,
come find me.
Yeah. Just come find me. That's a good way of putting it. Just come find me.
Yeah, come find me.
All right,
Eddie Logix, you know, Love is Sugar.
Love is Sugar is what's up. Thank you all for watching. Stay fresh. Stay gold.